Hey, 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 all my funky junk friends. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. Still kind of early for Sunday, but hopefully some of you are up and moving around and all that kind of fun stuff. So probably getting ready for church and things like that. So, just gonna try. There we go. So anyway, today, you guys, I am presenting for Victoria Clark's crafting group. Yes, early morning. It's fall today, and we're doing fall stuff all day long. So how exciting is that? Who's all here? Hey, Bonnie, how are you? Good morning. And Brenda. Hey, Shelby. Here in good old Indiana, it looks like it rained, so everything's wet outside when I took the puppy out. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Okay, you guys, if you don't follow Funky Junk Inspirations, you might not know this, but I did end up getting a laser, and I've started working on some stuff. So we're going to do our first. Hey, Victoria. Thank you. Hey, Tiffany. We're going to start making some stuff on the laser. Okay? So, I hope I didn't freeze. It looked like I froze. Did I froze? No, I don't. It keeps showing me freezing down here. Am I freezing, you guys? If I am, I will double check to make sure that my Wi-Fi and stuff is off. Let me know. Because it could just be my iPad. So just let me check real fast, you guys. Make sure the Wi-Fi is shut off. It is shut off. So, hopefully not. Y'all up way too early, right? It is kind of early. It definitely is a little bit early. So, okay. So, here's what we're going to do. This piece right here is going to be a wagon. Okay, so we are going to paint it and get it put together. Now, what's going to be cool about this wagon is that we will be able to have interchangeable pieces that come in and out. So I am freezing. You're freezing off and on. Oh my goodness. It did storm. So I do know that my Wi-Fi's off. I'm just working on data. Let's hope we can get through it. Let's hope. I don't know what else we could do. But anyway, what's going to be cool about this wagon right here is we can build this up, and it'll be about this big. Well, you guys will see it when we're done. Hopefully I'll stop freezing, you guys. I apologize. Usually, I always go live on my data. I never use my internet because we live out in the sticks, and y'all know how the sticks go as far as that kind of stuff goes. And I was just looking, and I don't know why I didn't get any paint out, but you guys, I've got it right here. There we go. There's what I want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint my wheels black and my little handle black. Okay, and then the sides of my little wagon, we're going to do the famous wax. It's been Facebook, Christy, last night. Really? We went to the drag races last night, so I didn't. Oh no. Gotta be Hercules. So we went to the drag races last night, so I really wasn't on Facebook very much, except for whoa, that could have been bad. Except to, just check notifications and things like that. So I didn't see that. All right, so what we're going to do is what's fun about these little pieces like this, or what you should know, is when you're painting these little pieces, I have found personally that it's best to use a little makeup wedge. That way you can just kind of dab it on there, a little bit like when you're stenciling, so that it doesn't bleed down over the sides. Unless, of course, hello, Marcia. We are having, I know, we need rain too. Here in Indiana, we definitely need rain. But it just helps not get it so it's down over the sides. Unless, of course, you want to paint the sides. Well, I don't really want to try to get in all these little grooves. And see there, it's already kind of brown on the sides where it burnt on the laser. So Now, this is how I do it. Everybody does things different. So we're just going to go over the top of that, and I'm going to grab me a paintbrush to just hold it still for me. I just stuck it right there. I see I froze again. Daggone it. But anyway, we're just gonna keep plugging through, you guys, because apparently Facebook's not being nice today. And was it nice last night? I don't know. You know, there might be some storms going through different places that are fairly important to all of our cell phone stuff and Wi-Fi things. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it gets better as the day goes on. You guys, Janice from Vintage Country Crafting is up after me. I say that slow because I always say her name wrong. So I was trying to say it. I know. I picture her. I picture her pretty little face. I picture her pretty little page. I picture the name on the page. But every time I try to say it, I say it wrong. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. This mat that I'm working on is a glass cutting mat. And what's nice about that, you guys, is it's fairly inexpensive. They do have some expensive ones. Tim Holtz has a real expensive one. But this one is like 20 bucks on Amazon. But what's nice about this mat is my paint, my glue, anything I get on it, I can just wipe it right off. It comes right off. So you don't have to, you know, you don't have to keep throwing paper away or whatever you want to put below what you're doing. Now, probably what would have been smart is if I would have put something down, since I'm doing black and some other colors. But we'll just wipe it off in between each color that we do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do the handle black too. And then the rest of the thing will be the antique wax. Hey, Jeanette, how are you? So we will... we'll have to flip these over and do the other sides too. Well, I mean, we don't really honestly have to on the wheels because you probably won't see them on the inside of the wagon. But just for sake of it needs to be done, we're going to do it. That way there's no way anybody could see the unfinished wood. But here we go. Now these cutouts will be available on my website. My website is Funky Junk Inspiration, but I don't have them up there just quite yet. But they will be going up on the page. Okay, so let's dry these a little bit. And actually, you know what? Let's don't dry them. Let's just slide them up here out of the way. And then we'll do the other pieces, and then we can come back to those. I'm just going to wipe this off, you guys, just so I don't get black on the other pieces that I'm going to paint brown or do with the wax, you know. But see how easy that wipes off? Just a little water and a paper towel. All right, so let's grab this right here. So, which laser did you get? How exciting. I bought the X-Tool laser. I did not buy a big laser, and the reason I did not buy a big laser was because I don't really have the room for a big laser, because you have to have, your laser needs to be chemically controlled, as far temperature controlled, you know, because it needs to keep cool and keep hot and stuff like that, and don't have the room for the big ones that have the cooling system on them. And my other reason I did not go with a Glowforge is because the Glowforge requires Wi-Fi. You can't connect your computer directly to your Glowforge. It has to go over Wi-Fi, and our Wi-Fi stinks here. So it was probably going to be an issue and a problem. So I just didn't get the Glowforge. So this X-Tool that I got, it's a desktop laser. It'll do up to, if I remember correctly, like 23 inches around. So it still does a pretty big area. But I can connect it directly to my computer, hardwire it to it. So I don't have to worry about the Wi-Fi thing. And it sits right on top of my bench over here. And I have it set up to go outside. You know what? I'm going to use the sponge for this. I don't know why I picked up the paper towel. But let me switch over here. Be a lot easier. But that's why I picked that one out. So next tool's kind of cool. It can do all kinds of good stuff. I can do metal. I can do lots of things, lots and lots of things. So it's going to be a learning curve for me, but we'll get it. We'll get it. So I don't know if this was easier than the paper towel or not. Should just paint it on there, shouldn't I? If I just paint it on there, I wouldn't have to work so hard. So let's grab a paintbrush. Let's grab a paintbrush. Christy wants to make everything difficult today. I don't think I'm awake yet, you guys. I don't think I'm awake. Yeah, we went to we have I wouldn't call it local because it's a couple towns over. But drag strip. I love drag racing. That's my jam. I like watching it. Years ago, I did a little bit of drag racing, and I loved it. So we went out there to what you call our local track. It's about 20-25 minutes away from here, and watched some drag racing. That brush is too bristles are too hard. I must have done Mod Podge with it. So anyway, I can see that I keep freezing, you guys, and I am so sorry. It looks like I come right back, but I don't know. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. I've got the Wi-Fi off. We're on the data plan. So if it's bothering you that I am freezing, please, please, please don't feel bad about leaving and then watching the replay later. Just make sure you let me know you came back and watched the replay. I hate to tell people that, but I also know it gets frustrating sometimes when you're watching somebody and they keep freezing. So I understand completely. I completely understand you guys. So anybody done anything exciting this weekend? Any fun things happening around your neck of the woods? We did that last night, and then let's see, yesterday during the day we went and met my husband's middle son for lunch, and that was nice. And his new girlfriend, I don't think she's new, but he hadn't really introduced her to everybody. And then what did we do? We went to Sam's Club. That was exciting. It's always fun to go to Sam's Club, right? And buy a whole bunch of stuff. I was hoping our Sam's Club had some ribbon in, but of course it did not. Honestly, you guys, I don't think our Sam's Club got the ribbon this year. We got spring ribbon, but I have not seen any fall ribbon at our Sam's Club. And that kind of stinks, but it is what it is. I think a lot of that stuff is, by where you live and stuff, because I usually like to buy their ribbon because it's a nice big quantity. And usually what I did for the spring ribbon is I did some ribbon bundles. So I sold some of the off that big old roll because it'll be I won't use all of it. So let's take this and like this. So there we go. That's a little bit easier. So anyway, what's happening? Got my page set up, creating with Connie and Harley. Really? Amy, you went to the Wayne County 4-H auction yesterday. Ooh, that would have been kind of fun to go to. That would have been fun, Amy. Hey, Connie, you're welcome. I don't believe Victoria would either. If you want to put your link to your new page right here in the comments, and maybe some of our friends here could go check you out. I don't have a problem with that. I highly encourage anybody that has a crafting page. They are more than welcome to, whenever I am going live, to go live as their page, comment as their page. You don't have to hide. That does not bother me at all, because I think it's better for all of us to be friends and stuff like that, rather than, looking at it as competition, because we are not in competition with one another, you guys. In no way, shape, or form are crafters in competition with each other. Because, here's why I say that. Some of you may agree, some of you may disagree. Even if there is somebody out there that is doing this exact craft right here that I am doing, the exact same thing. They have this exact wood pieces. They have the exact Dollar Tree item. They have the exact stencils that I have. Even if there's somebody that has the same things that I do, I will do something different than they did. They will do something different than I did. Even if the end result is scarily similar, it's still different. It's still, there's going to be something you either learn that's different. There's going to be something on there that's a little bit different. So I don't feel like there should be competition amongst crafters. I don't think crafters should have to pick and choose on that kind of stuff. I disagree with that, but that's just my opinion on that matter. You know, I always try to, if I'm doing something that somebody else has done, I always try to always make sure that I tell people, you know, this wasn't my idea. This was somebody else's idea. And I mention their name. You know, I got the inspiration from so-and-so. You know, because I'll tell you, this file for this wagon, I bought it off of Etsy. You know, I've been working on learning to do my own files. But for my first few projects, I decided that I wanted to just buy the files. And in the description of the files, it says that as long as I don't sell the file to someone else, I am more than welcome to make whatever I want with it. I can sell the products that I make from the file. I just can't sell the digital file. And that's the way it is on a lot of stuff. Like if you guys do your Cricut and things like that, if you read the fine print, which you should read the fine print when you go buy your SVGs on what you're allowed to do and you're not allowed to do, because you don't want to, copy somebody. But most of the time you are always able to, welcome to, I guess is the word you should use, to make things from the file. You just can't resell the file. Does that make sense? Am I just rattling? I think I'm just rattling. But anyway, let's get the bottom of this, and then we'll do the black on the other side of our wheels, and we'll pretty much have the wagon ready to put together, and we'll go ahead and glue him together. And then the setup that I got to go inside this wagon has to do with apples. Apples! You know, because it's coming up on apple orchard season. We all go to the apple orchard in the fall. It seems like the kids always have my kids are all way too big, but you know, the elementary kids, seems like they always do a field trip in the fall to the apple orchard. Get you some apple cider and some fresh picked apples and some applesauce. And what else is there? There's, what's the, like, jam stuff that you put on things? My gosh, my mind is blank. But anyway, look at my fingers, you guys. Look at my fingers. They're filthy, filthy, filthy. Okay, so I'm going to just sit these over here, and we'll probably run the blow dryer over them in just a second. But I kind of want to pull these black pieces down to get those going on the other side. And again, I'm just going to take my rag and get it wet and just kind of wipe right here so we can just keep going. I don't have to get it perfectly. Those are pretty dry on that side, so I can see me still going in and out. I am in Kokomo, creating, oh, you just followed her? Yay, Nanny! Hello, hello. You guys, the Nanny's Nook Crafts is here. She's a lot of fun, too. You guys, there's a lot of fun crafters out there. And like I said, there's no competition. We all, like, you know, just like what I was just saying, I won't say it again. Even if we have all the same stuff, it's going to be different. It's going to turn out different. We all have our own way of things. So, I think we should all embrace each other and not worry about the competition thing. But that's my opinion. Too old to worry about that stuff. I turned 54 earlier this week, and I don't know, you just kind of feel, you know, you kind of look at a lot of things a little bit different. When I turned 50, it was kind of like that. When I turned 50, it was like you kind of just looked at a lot of things a lot different. It's like, you know, there's a lot of things, silly things that we worry about that we don't need to worry about, because life is short, and quit being mean, quit being ugly with each other, and just, you know, be happy. Because the only person that's, you know, really truly being hurting is yourself because you're being ugly with everybody. So negativity runs strong anymore, you guys. Negativity is so strong anymore. Everybody finds fault in everything, and that's so frustrating. I hate that. You know, instead of, you know, benefit of the doubt, things like that, you know, people just want to find fault and be ugly, and that's terrible because you're just making yourself miserable. But looks like I froze pretty good there. Just making yourself miserable by being so negative. But anyway, Nova Scotia, the crafters that do the same thing, is fun to see what they can do. They add things that I would never think of. Exactly. You know, now there are people out there, just like anything in the entire world, there are people out there that will take something and do the exact same thing and never, you know, mention that they got the inspiration from somebody or anything like that. That's frustrating. I do understand that a little bit, but in general, most of the time, most of us tend to let each other, you know, take the credit for things. So, okay, I want to dry these a little bit so that we can start gluing them together. And I'll show you guys my favorite glue that I like to use. I like to use the stick fast glue, and I always make sure that the glue that I'm using is either the, I've never been scared a day in my life is when I turned 47 years old, because that's the age that I lost my dad. Oh, Rebecca, I understand that. My dad passed away 8 years ago, August 22nd or 21st, and you know, that was a horrible day. You know, and you always remember that day, and it's horrible. It makes, you know, I don't like to think about that day. You know, it's just, I was pretty close with my dad, and it's just not a good day when your dad passes away. Now, he was 70, so he had lived a good life. He wasn't sick or anything like that, but it's a sad thing. Okay, so let's put the wheels on first. All right, so my wheels are going to go. They're going to slide in these little slots here, like this. So this is the glue that I like to use. It's called Stick Fast. When you guys use glue, it really doesn't matter what glue you use. You just kind of want to use a thicker glue. You don't want a real runny glue because it stays in place a little bit better. And what's nice about this Stick Fast is it sticks fast, hence the name. It does stick fast. So it dries pretty quickly, but it's not so quick that you don't have the opportunity to move it around if you put something in the wrong spot. So I use the Stick Fast a lot. I use it a lot on my door hangers that I do, and because if you use hot glue on your door hanger, oops, I don't want to put it there, I want to put it on the wheel. If you use hot glue on your door hangers, sometimes that'll melt and let things fall off. Now, if I'm doing like a door hanger, I'll put hot glue also on there just to help it dry real quickly. But for the most part, I use this. So, you know, or staple bows on, things like that, obviously. But if I have other wood pieces that I'm putting on top of something, I like to use that glue. But there's all kinds of glues out there, you guys. There's just all kinds. So use what you want to use and what you like to use. But again, just remember that you want it to dry quickly, but you don't want it to dry so quick that you cannot maneuver it around. So look at that. Look at that. Howdy, and good morning, Tabitha. How are you? We got all kinds of fun stuff going in today, or going to be on today, you guys. All kinds of fun people and lots of fun crafters. I'm going to put just a little bit here because this is where my stuff is going to sit inside here. So here we go, right there like that. So this is going to be a fun little thing to have, I think, because you'll be able to interchange. It's a wagon here, and we will have, each season we will have a different thing that you could sit inside it, like Christmas stuff, you know, it's kind of like its own little mini tiered tray type of thing. And also the things that'll go inside here don't necessarily have to be just for this. They can also be for a tiered tray. So that's what's kind of nice. You can use your tiered tray stuff and sit inside here. So we're going to just put this on right here. See how easy this is going together? It's kind of like a little puzzle. There's all the spots for everything, so you don't have to guess. So right here we go. Oh, don't glue your finger to it. Don't glue your finger to it. Here we go, just like this. I just thought this little wagon was absolutely adorable. And all the different things that we can do to decorate it up. It's just like, oh my Lanta. This is going to be so cute to have sitting next to my tiered tray. And, you know, and two, here's another thing that I thought of is, I stuck my thumb to it. A lot of people don't decorate for Halloween, you know, like full force decorate for Halloween. So how cute would it be just to have your fall stuff out, and then your Halloween decorations could be just this little wagon sitting there, so that you still have your fun little Halloween stuff for like your grandkids and things, and but yet, you know, you're not full force Halloween type thing. So anyway, that's just my thoughts. Just thought process that goes through my silly head. So anyway, but yeah, there we go. This one doesn't want to go on very well. There we go. It's kind of got, because I got the moisture on it, it kind of bowed just a little bit. What kind of wood do you use for this? I am using the Baltic birch is what I am using on this. So that's not going to stick because it's kind of bowed. Let's just do this. Let's just flip it around. See how it kind of bowed because it got wet? That happens, you guys. It's wood. I always tell everybody, you know, you have to understand that wood is a breathing thing. So it moves when you get it wet. It moves when it gets dry. It moves when it gets hot. It moves when it gets cold. It moves. So when you're working with wood, you have to be patient, and you have to just, you can't get upset with it. You know, it can't help it that it's moving. But that's just part of working with wood. Part of it. So there we go. All right, look, you guys. Look at the wagon. Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? Okay, now this piece, these pieces right here are going to go in these slots right here. So anyway, these go right inside here, just like this. You just slide them right down in there, right there. You really need to glue them because they fit in there pretty good and pretty tight. But look at this cute little wagon that we have. It looks like I'm back. I think I'm back, you guys. But look at the cute little wagon. Isn't he cute? Just to have him sitting. And like I said, we're going to do some stuff to put that all around there. Okay. Maybe it's my iPad that's freezing. I don't know. All right. So let's get started on this. I'm going to paint this. Let's see. All stained up. Now, I did... what I did on here was it etched the word apple picking into the wood, but we have raised up letters to put on top of that. So it doesn't have to necessarily, the word I'm looking for. It's okay if you cover up some of those. Now, on the cutting board right here, I do want the words to show through because I don't have all the letters for the formula for the hot toddy right there. Oh, don't put that in black right there. So I'm gonna just kind of go over this with my sponge here, you guys, and I'm gonna get this all over me because I want it a little bit thinner. Make sure it's a little bit thinner over my engraved formula right there. But like this hot toddy up here and the word bourbon, I do have letters that will go over the top, so that'll be okay up there. But I just kind of want it lighter is what I'm trying. The words I'm trying to find are the word lighter. Now I'm not going to worry about doing the back today, because I want to make sure we get this done and get this glued together so you guys can see what it looks like. But I will go back and just put stain on the back. So don't you guys worry about that. Now some of the pieces I don't have to worry about. Like this piece, I don't need to do the back because I'll be gluing it on. But like that cutting board, yeah, I think I want to make sure that I have it done on the back. So if you see my little wagon from the back, it's like, oh, well, she didn't finish painting that. We don't want that, right? So there we go. Good morning, Miss Bunny. Good morning. Again, I apologize, you guys, for the freezing and stuff. I don't know what to do. So let's get our white paint out right here and put a little bit on our piece of foil I have over here. Or we can put a whole bunch too. I tend to like to put a whole bunch on things. Need a little, I put a whole bunch. Need a lot, I can't seem to get it to come out of the thing. Right? Now, this is kind of a big piece. I could paint it. It might go a little faster. So let's just switch over to a paintbrush right here. You guys, real life crafting, changing your mind, going along, changing your mind on how you want to do things. That's what we do. Now, I could have used like a off-white would have been good too. But I think this is going to be okay. I'm thinking what I want to do after I do the white on here is after it gets good and dry, I'm going to antique it a little bit so it's not such a stark white. Now I don't need to do up here on the apples because we have apples that are going to be going on there. So it's mainly just to see through the fence. You know what I mean? So here's this piece. And again, this is one of the pieces that you're probably going to want to do the back on. So, now I have found that if you work out, you don't get so much paint on the sides of your stuff. You know, like I was talking about with the way I was using the makeup wedges right there. If you guys see what I'm looking at, I pulled up on my iPad so that I painted the colors that I was thinking that I wanted to paint it. Because I tend to get on here and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like, what was I going to do? What was I going to do? And I didn't want to sit here trying to think about it for you guys. I don't know if anybody else ever does that or not, but I do. I do. Now see, we'll take paint and we'll draw those lines back on here. See, you can still see them, but they're not as dominant as they were when the paint wasn't on there. So, you see what I mean? You could still see the words and stuff like that, but I would rather that. I would make different pieces of and decorate foam blocks for each season that you could switch out. That's true. You could also do that. That would be a fun way to do that too. Okay, so now let's switch over to, let's see, I want to do Orchard Fresh. Oh, I'm going to do this guy in white, apple picking. Now I put this on tape just to make it a little bit easier to hold when I'm painting. That's the only reason I put it on tape, so that I don't have it on my fingers trying to hold it. I can actually, you know, just kind of hold the tape. It just makes it a little bit easier to stick it on tape. But again, you do you, whatever's easiest for you. Okay, so that was white. Let's do that one white. All right, so now let's switch over to black on this. Right here, let's get some black and do the Orchard Fresh black. And again, I'm looking at a picture because I didn't want to forget what I was doing. And you guys, if we would, for some reason, happen to get done real quick, we are going to finish up a Halloween project, but I'm not sure, we probably won't get done because we still got to glue all these guys on. But there we go. Orchard Fresh right there. Just like that. And I'll show you guys an easy way to do your glue on these little itty bitty letters like that. Okay, so there's that color. Now let's get some red out. That's not red, that's pink. Let me grab some red here. Now this red paint that I'm using is Rust-Oleum chalked paint. If you followed me for very long, you know I like this paint. I buy it in the quarts and put it in these things. So that's what I do there. So now we need to do, oopsie doopsie. Oh, I wanted to do the 10 cents in the white too, because it's going to probably go on top of the apples that are red. So I don't want to do the 10 cents red. There we go. And there's that. Now, we have our apples here, like this. We have our apples. We still have our leaves. And we have our hooks right here. And there's a couple pieces missing. Where did they go? They're right here. And these are going to be red also. So those are green, and these are all going to be red. Now this little guy, we could get a little fancy with. Do red around the outside edge, and then kind of an off-white in the center for that. But we'll do that here in just a second. So I'm going to paint all these red and get the red and the green out. So here we go. Here's some red. Maybe we're going to be picky today. There we go. There's our red, and let's grab some a pretty green color, which this is just shamrock green. So we'll get the green out right here, and let's get going on that. So I'm just going to grab a little paintbrush right here, and I'm going to go ahead and do my little stems. My stems should probably be brown, shouldn't they, you guys? Let's stop right there. Let's grab, wasn't even thinking. We'll do the green on the leaves, but my stems should be, I should have put these on tape. My stems should be brown. I apologize, you guys. So let me grab some brown paint. Let me grab some brown right over here. Silly me, silly me. So I'm just going to use the green pad that I had, and we're just going to go. Now I could have used the antiquing wax if I wanted to, but I'm just going to do just plain brown ink, or brown paint. You guys, you know what? I need to double check myself here. Make sure I'm doing these on the correct side. See, this needs to go. Let me double check here. That's the right one. That's right. And I think that's right. Let's lay them on here. Make sure I am painting on the correct sides. Yes, I am. That would have been funny. That would have been nuts, right? That would have been crazy. So what's nice about using these makeup wedges too, I can just cut the end of this off right here, and now I've got a new one that I can use again. So I can use my red right here like this, and just dab it off a little bit, and I'm just going to go across my letters here with the red like this right here. See that? Very simple, very easy. So now, if you don't want red apples, you want green apples, paint your apples green. It's not a big deal. It's whatever you want to do. So, or yellow. I guess there's yellow apples. I mean, you could do it any color you wanted to, really. I just picked up red. You could do a yellow apple, a red apple, a green apple. You could do something like that on here too. That would be kind of cute. But what's cool about these little cutout things here, you guys, is it's a quick, fast, easy, cute little decor piece that you can, you know, interchange and use over and over, you know, each year. Put it away, and it'll fit in a little baggie, real nice and flat, so you don't have to worry about that. And it just makes it nice. Now, my little apple right here, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just, let's see, let's do yellow. Let's do some yellow inside there, like a paley beigey yellow on the inside right there. So let's grab this and a little paintbrush right here. Get some of that, dab some of that off, and then we'll go around that outside edge, the red color. So, and then I could paint that little seed that's in there black if I wanted to. So, Just putting some of this off-white on here, like that, kind of like the inside of your apples, a little bit, you know, it's not white, it's a little, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Now I'm going to take this little small paintbrush, and I'm just going to sit this down, and I'm just going to go right across here and get the outline of this. You have a cheat sheet because there's an etched line on there that helps you, you know, it helps you stay in the lines. So, but don't work yourself up if you get outside the lines, because nobody will notice. Nobody will know. Like, what is that? That's a TikTok thing. Who's gonna know? Who's gonna know? Right? Right there we go. Just like that. Now we're going to get a little bit of black on there, and I'm going to double check my comments here real quick, make sure are we still going good here? There we go. So I've used, does anyone know how to get the staples out of the back of a canvas frame? Yeah, screwdrivers, pliers, you just kind of gotta work yourself down in there. This is Barn Red from Rust-Oleum. That's the red that I use. It's not a, it's a bright red, but it's not super duper duper bright. You know what I mean? So let's see, we have that. Now let's see what we need next. I think what we need next is what I do with that little baby paintbrush. So I'm going to kind of get the red paint off, and I'm going to grab some black right here on this, and I'm going to do this little seed. This paintbrush has a little loose hair that needs to be cut off, but I don't care. We'll just use him to paint with, right? Right there we go. See that? So it looks like a little apple. Now I didn't paint these little handles here, so let's get those painted real quick. And then we're going to start gluing. We're going to start gluing it together. Yay, I'm so excited. What's good about doing this with the makeup wedges too is it does dry fairly quickly. Oh, I want to antique the white part right there too. The that little white round. I think I want to put a little bit of antiquing on it and maybe do the lines. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if we will or not. I'm just going to go ahead and flip that over. It's not going to hurt anything. These are the little the hangers that you hang it on the side of your wagon with. So that's nice. They come with your little kit too. And you didn't have to paint them black. I just painted them black because, I don't know, I just painted them black. So let's take, let's see, should we use this distressing ink? Maybe we should use distressing ink on here and just kind of, because that fence is going to be on there. See, just kind of muck that up a little bit so it's not quite so white. Right there, like that. And then let's take a little bit, let's go around our edges on here, like this, right here. And then I'm just going to kind of very lightly go over the top. See how it just makes it so it's not so stark white anymore? Now, same token, I'm going to go around my apples right here just to give them a little, this just gives them just a touch of dimension, doing the outside edges like that. Again, you don't have to do this. That's just, I always do. I always kind of try to muck my stuff up just a little bit so that it looks like it's not brand spanking new, you know. And I hope I painted the right sides of the leaves. We didn't check that, but if I didn't, it's okay. We'll come back to it. Now this, I'm just going to kind of just do this on. I'm not going to try to get every spot. I'm just kind of darkening that up. Just a tish, not a whole lot. Okay, you guys. So this is what I need to do is I need to sit this stuff over here. Whoops. So I don't stick my arm in it. I'm going to slide this way over here. And we are going to get started on gluing together. Okay, so let's start right here with this one. And let's get this big piece glued together right here. Okay, so here's my glue. So let's see. Let's see. She doesn't have, yes, I will be putting this on my website. The reason I didn't put it on my website beforehand, and because I just got the laser and I'm working through some things, I wanted to paint it first. And so I could put a finished product on the site. Now that I've done something, you get what I'm saying? What I'll probably do is cut out like one to do live and then one that I already have so that when I go live, it will be on the site. Now, as soon as I'm done here, give me about a half an hour and I will put it on there. And my webpage is funkyjunkinspiration.com. You can go there and you'll be able to purchase it. So this little kit probably be about $15. I need to double check the pricing on it just to make sure that you know, I'm covering the bases on it, but I will double check that. I'm guessing about 15 bucks for this little kit. So here we go. You guys, this is going to be so cute. I love these things. And like I said, if you don't want to do the, if you don't like, that's too big. Now look, I painted the wrong side of the green leaf. We're not going to be mad. All we're going to do is we're going to take our little sponge right here and just paint this other side. I just painted the wrong side. So see, that's another reason that would be good to go ahead and stick your stuff on tape, because then you won't mess up like that. Okay, but short of the green leaf, but there's that piece that we have there. Okay, now we have our little cutting board right here. All right, and it's going to say Bourbon Apple Hot Toddy. Okay, now here's an easy way to, I got my foil all painted up. Here, we'll just use this. No, we'll use this. Is just get you a little tray of some sort and put you some glue in it. Just put you a little dab of glue like that. And then just take your little letters and just touch them in the glue. Just so they get some glue on them like that. Is it going to run over a little bit when you put them down on here? Yes, but it dries clear, you guys. You're not going to be able to see it, okay? So just touch the glue on the back of your little baby letters. You could also use tweezers if you wanted to. I've seen some people use tweezers. Just kind of tap it down, but these are kind of little letters right here. So we'll put that right there. Let's see. Yes, that won't include shipping. I'll check it out, you guys. Because that's another thing. Before I put it on my website, I need to package one and get the weight and the size of the packaging that I put it in. So I didn't do all that because I didn't have one done. I really wanted to have one that you could see the pieces and see it done. I just thought it would be cooler if you guys could see it completed, put all together. But like I said, it's my first one on as far as this kind of stuff goes. So I'm gonna learn as I go, right? That's what you gotta do. But yeah, but you could get a little piece of foil and put your glue on. I'm putting it on this little tray over here that I have, and then I'll probably be able to pick it off. If not, it's not a big deal because this little tray is cracked and needs to go in the trash anyway. So, but I just put glue on there and I'm just like touching it on the back of my letters. And since it's like a super glue, the CA glue is a lot like a super glue, it dries clear and dries real quick. So just make sure you get it on your lines a little bit. And let's put a little bit more on here. Oh, and something I did, don't do what I do. Do as I say, always put your lid back on your glue. That's a good habit to get into, because then when you're all done and you get up and you walk away, you know, kind of like your paintbrushes. We always forget to clean our paintbrushes. We don't want to forget to put the lid back on our glue, and then we go to use it and it's all dried out. Now see, I'm having a little trouble right here. That's just because it's stuck to my finger. There we go. There we go. So acetone will clean it off your fingers and that kind of stuff. So fingernail polish remover will work good to get your the glue back off your fingers and stuff. So, because if you put glue on top of where you had paint on your fingers, you're gluing the paint to your fingers, right? So I've done that before. Who hasn't done that before? I've had glue everywhere before. But look at that. That is so cool. And the letters being up like this, just give it a three-dimensional. Isn't that cute? It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. Okay, let's go to this piece right here. And this is kind of a big piece, so I'm going to be able to just take my glue right here, and I'm just going to put it on like this. And just a little bit here and there should hold it. You know, you always want to make sure you get the beginning of your letter out here or your word and the end of your word at the very least. I always try to go over every single letter that's on there, but you know, if you miss anything, don't miss the beginning and the end. Okay. So, see, I'm putting it right here on the beginning, the farthest, and I'm just kind of going along here like this. And like I said, you know, if you miss some of the little pieces in there, I think you'll be okay because it kind of will smear and run over to those spots. But right here we go. You guys, I'm going to start putting it in the wagon and show you. We are definitely not done, but I'm going to start putting it in the wagon and showing you. So here we have this. We have these awesome little hangers right here. See, they hook like that. The little side just slides right in there and hooks. And look right there. Oh, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? And we're going to have this in here. Let's see. Let's glue our leaf on that I did the wrong side. And let's get him on here. Right here. Just like this. And like I said, we'll have so many interchangeable pieces to go with this. I think he's adorable. Let's get this Orchard Fresh on here. There we go. But yes, what have we learned today? First thing we learned was, or one of the things I learned for sure is, even though they're not letters, I think that I need to put, you know, all my pieces on a piece of tape so that I paint the correct side. So that's a good habit to get into. So I need to do that. So that was a learning thing that we had going on today. Learning thing. I like it when we learn something, and I like it when we learn it together. And I will go back through some of the comments, you guys. I'll go back through our comments and see what other suggestions you guys had for things, because I'm sure amongst doing all this, because I was so scared I wouldn't get done. And then this is the thought process you go through when you're going live. Oh my gosh, am I going to get my project done? And then you get there and you think about it, and then you're like, oh my gosh, what if I get done too early? What am I going to do if I get done too early? So then you get another project out. Then you're like, oh, there's no way I'll even get this done. Should I prep? Should I do a few things? You just, you know, you go through your head 100 times when you're getting ready to go live, even up to like 2 seconds before you hit the start button. You're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to have enough time. I don't know if I've prepped good enough. I don't know, should I have prepped? Should I have left it alone? So you just never know. You just never know. And then there are days that you talk too much. You talk too much. That always causes you not to get stuff done. So see, this little apple's going to go right in here like that. I kind of want to make sure he's kind of straight. Now, before I put him in there and before I put the letters on, what I could have done is I could have taken a paint marker and I could have, and let me get a straight edge just because I'm weird like that. And I could have done this right on top. I'm just going to do it even though it's not going to go completely through all those. And lay it right there on those lines like that. Okay? And I'm not going to push real hard. I'm just going to kind of, you could paint this too because there is a little bit of a groove there. If you wanted to, you don't have to. Okay. So just to kind of put the line back on there. If you want the line back on there. You don't have to put the line back on there. Now see how that did? Okay, now like right up here, I'm just going to freehand it. I'm just going to draw a line and I'm going to stop and forget it. I'm not going to worry myself to death that it's not perfect or on there. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. Okay? So it is a little bit thicker than the other ones, but actually I can't stand it because it's a little thicker. So I'm just going to kind of go, and my paint marker just kind of fits down in that groove. See that? I said I was going to do it kind of light, and then when I did the top ones, they came out a little darker. Now that's going to drive me nuts, but that's me, you guys. It's me. But see, you didn't have to use the straight edge. That worked perfectly. Those are Posco pins right there. Posco pins are a little pricey, but there's these pins right here. See this funky name right up here in the corner? If you look that up on Amazon, okay, if you screenshot that, here is even the barcode on it. These acrylic paint pens are amazing. They are wonderful, and they're a lot cheaper than the Posco pens. Just saying. Yes, up next after me is Vintage Country. Janice from Vintage Country. Let's hurry and get this glued on here real quick so you guys can see what this is going to look like in there. So there's that. Here's our little apple piece that's already sliced off of, not this apple, but another apple apparently. Right there. Now we have this 10 cents. So we could put the 10 cents right on top of here. Just like this. So I don't know where you can get apples for 10 cents today, but somewhere there's 10-cent apples apparently. Right? We probably should have put a dollar sign instead of a cent sign. Right? Well, I don't know what you guys' favorite kind of apple is, but our favorite apples here in our house are the Honey Crisps. And, well, my husband will eat any apple. He don't care. But I like the Honey Crisp. My granddaughter likes the Honey Crisp. And, of course, it's the most expensive apple that's out there. And, but I can tell if I buy a different brand or a different kind. I love the Honey Crisp. I think it's because they're so sweet. Okay, now see, that's just a Tish Cricket, but that's all right. So let's go back to our wagon. So here's our wagon, and here's our pieces that go in our wagon. See, we can arrange it however we think we want it in here, like that. But isn't that cute? That is so cute. Look at that. This is apple picking. Okay, and there's going to be all kinds of different inserts that we can get for the different holidays to put in here. So we can do Halloween, birthday. There's even, I was looking, there's even a volleyball one. You know, my granddaughter plays volleyball, so definitely could get the volleyball one for volleyball season, basketball season, all kinds of those fun stuff. Yes, they are very good apples, Mary. I love them. I love them. You guys, make sure you go over and check out Janice at Vintage Country Crafts. Is it crafts or crafting? Vintage Country Crafting. Her link is up in my description, and I will have this on my website within about 15-20 minutes. Well, actually, give me about half an hour so I can take pictures and stuff. If you're interested in this, if you have any questions, please, please, please get with me and ask me any questions that you might have. But here we go, you guys. I hope you guys have, putting the close in, hope you guys have a great day. This is going on till this evening, this event, this fall event with Victoria. So make sure you're following along. And I forgot to put this goes right here, you guys. And I painted the wrong side too. There we go. I'll paint that and stick it on. Christy forgot. Oh well, anyway, I'll draw names for Happy Meal, you guys, and I will see you guys later. Have a great day and an even better tomorrow, friends. Bye-bye.